And then the only thing I would say is during the Q&A, I know everybody's jumping in, uh, once you're done with the slideshow, go ahead and just get rid of it so it's fully focused on you.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Ben.
You are welcome. Let everybody come in real quick. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Excited that you guys are here. Day 3 of Finish the Year Strong. And real quick, just to make sure the chat works, if you guys want to connect with other recruiters that are excited about growing, up, I see fireflies in here. Feel free to drop your LinkedIn profile in the chat. Make sure everything is rocking and rolling. But I'm actually super excited that James is sharing. James is actually one of my good friends. And one of the things I absolutely love about James is he's probably one of the most forward-thinking people in the entire recruitment industry. He's done such a good job like seeing what's out there, what's happening, and actually brings that to the recruiting industry so that way to help other recruiters succeed. So been friends with him for a while. We've had many conversations and excited that he's going to be sharing with you guys. So, James, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Ben, and thank you always for having me on. You've always been very kind with providing me a platform that I can add some value to the recruitment industry. And obviously, Ben's put on this amazing event as always, and he always puts a lot of time, energy, and effort in. So really appreciate that, Ben, and everything you're doing for that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, welcome everybody. What we're going to be covering today is the AI retainer method. So really like how you're going to adapt AI more in 2026 now, and really how you can scale up to £1 million plus in your agency, leveraging AI and offshore remote assistance. So I'm going to be covering that today. Obviously, the workshop's happening live. It's 2 p.m. UK time in the UK, and I think 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time that we're going. So I just wanted to see who's in the room. So I know a lot of you are putting in your LinkedIn profiles, which is great, but just to give me an idea of breadth of what sort of areas everyone's at. Just introduce yourself of what city in the world you are dialing in from and what your niche that you specialize in your agency. So, for example, if you're in London and you do tech, so just put London tech recruitment. If you're in Dallas, Texas, for example, doing manufacturing, pop that in, just so we can get an idea of who's in the group and where everyone is tuning in from. So if you just pop that in the webinar chat, that would be great. Cool. So we've got Ohio, California, New Jersey. Another one from Ohio, which is cool. Columbus, Ohio. Interesting. There's quite a few from there. Pittsburgh. We've got is that Philadelphia, PA, I think. Obviously Charlotte in North Carolina, Atlanta, New York City, Miami, very cool. Houston, Texas, would love to go there as well. Got Ontario in Canada. We got Cleveland. So a lot of you in the US. Okay, so I'll try my best to talk in dollars, not pounds. So for those that haven't maybe seen me on Ben's platform before, but I presume some of you have, my name is James Blackwell. I'm a UK-based CEO and entrepreneur. I've got an extensive background in running recruitment agencies. So I own 2 recruitment agencies myself. One's been going over a decade now, which is in tech recruitment in the UK, consistently always doing 7 figures every year and managed to scale that up to 2 million in the agency. We actually have a hybrid of actually in-person office and remote offshoring. Now I run a multiple businesses in my group of companies that generate around about $10 million a year from back in the UK. So I'm here back in the UK in London. So I lead a company called the Agency Blueprint, which is a recruitment coaching program that I founded 5 years ago. So we help recruitment agency owners, basically like you, go from around about 10, 20K months all the way to 100, 150K months. So basically everything that I teach you and show you in this session is something that I do myself in my agency. So just, you can look me up on LinkedIn. I own a recruitment agency called Ronald James. That is based in the northeast of the UK. We do digital and tech recruitment. I'm one of the world's only 7-figure recruitment owners that is actually teaching what he does and actually gets those clients results as well. So you can see here, I actually own that office building. This is me with some of my team. You can sort of spot me at the Christmas do there. I actually teach my masterminds in here as well. Bottom right, we get recruitment owners that fly in mainly from America as well, like most of you guys. We come in and really get in the trenches of your business for 3 days. And that's what I do with Agency Blueprints. So I teach you the first-hand experience that I've built with scaling my own agencies and help you install these exact systems with our online mentorship program so you can get more profit, time, and freedom. So we also, one of my agencies as well is remoteassistance.ai. Some of you might use that service before, where we actually fine train your offshore remote talent, whether it's recruitment sources or operations integrators to do all of the techie stuff. We placed now, it says 400, we've placed way over 500 in recruitment agencies specifically. That's all we do. Mainly we get the talent from South Africa, train them in our intensive 4-month program, basically to gear them up for being a recruitment agency employee, particularly about sourcing candidates and getting candidates inbound for you. They do that for clients as well, and setting up all of your tech systems. So that's what we do. So I've helped many recruitment agency owners just like you. I mean, we've got tons of case studies, which I want to make sure it's we go through as much detail as possible on these sessions. So if anyone wants any look on what we've done, we can send you that later on. So we've done a lot of things right over those 10 years in the recruitment space. Done a lot of things wrong over that time as well. So obviously you learn from your mistakes, and we show you the exact roadmap that actually works. So what I discovered for doing this over a decade, the main thing that you need is systems, AI and automation, and remote assistance. That's to build what I would call $1 million to $2 million a year recruitment agency, which is what most people want. Some people might want to go bigger than that, but most people don't really want a team of 20, 30, 40 employees. People want more time freedom in their business. So main secrets that I've learned is you can make more cash profit with a remote team of 4 than most agencies do with a team of 20 in an office. And that's for real. Like at the end of the day, we're in business to make profit, not revenue. And secret number 2 is I don't personally have to do any placements myself because I hate sourcing myself. So actually having a remote team that actually sources all the candidates for you frees your time up way more, so you can actually make more placements. And you can really build a 500K plus a year business. And we've got tons of examples of this where they just have 1 or 2 sources, that's around about $1,000 a month each, a proven system, AI and automation. You can easily get to $500,000 a year or above. Now, obviously, in terms of your 7-figure recruitment agency journey, you've got a roadmap. And what I've realized with this roadmap is you're either in starter phase, so some of you might be just starting out or just trying to get your first 100K a year, 10K months. And that's where you've got a lot of pain of getting clients, making placements, building an agency. So if you're in starter phase, just let me know in the chat, just so I can make sure I tailor everything on this session for you. If you're a solopreneur, that means you're between 100K, you're past starting now, you're between 100K and $250,000 a year. So you're normally doing like around 20K months, peaks and troughs, sometimes 30, sometimes 0. That's why your profitability is very high, because it's all dependent on you. There's basically just you and maybe one remote person. That's where you're a solopreneur. So if you're a solopreneur, pop that in the chat. That's where your main problem is probably lower fee clients, or you haven't got enough clients. You may be hired and fired your first employee and probably been scarred from that, or not. And that's you building an agency, working too many hours because you're doing a lot of it yourself, So you're in solopreneur phase, just pop solo in the chat. And then after that, you've got small boutique agency phase. So that's really where revenue is past 250 now. It's bigger than you. It's around about 300K a year to 750 a year. Profitability goes down slightly, but really you're working a lot still in the business. So you're in the trenches with the business and you're trying to get to working on it. You've got a problem hiring and scaling, operations management, productizing services, and getting exclusivity and retainers of clients. So that's where it's not a good position to be in, really, the boutique side, because it's still heavily dependent on you. And then you've got the 7-figure agency stage, and that's where you're doing $1 million a year plus. You're doing maybe 45 to 65% profit margins. It does vary because it depends if you're doing deals or not. Really, a 7-figure agency, a true one, like mine are, is you don't do any placements yourself. So this is where you've got a full team. You wake up on holiday, deals are still coming in, candidates are still getting sent, and you're making placements without you. So that's where you've got, like, normally to get to $1 million plus, your employees, whether it's remote or hybrid, around about 8 to 10. So if you're in 7-figure agency phase, let me know in there. There's quite a few of you in solo, which is cool. We can send the roadmap up after. I'm going to give you access to my book for those of you. Some of you might have maybe purchased Automatic Recruitment Agency before. This was an Amazon bestseller a couple of years ago. And then this is my new book that came out, The AI Talent Partner Revolution. This is about how to scale with selling retainers and installing AI into your clients that are hiring. So for those that wait till the end, we're going to give you They're going to give you access so you can download that online for free instead of paying for it on Amazon, and you're going to get that with a few bonuses as well. So that's the agency blueprint client roadmap. We've got quite a big thing that we map out. Obviously, today we're going to build a business. Now, one thing I've realized is if you're a recruitment agency owner, you may be outstanding at recruitment for another agency, but it doesn't mean you're outstanding building a recruitment firm. And there's a big difference between that because you are all aiming to build a business that can thrive whether you are there or not, and free you to live the life that you really want. Because that can only get you so far. When you are a solopreneur, it can only get you so far. And at a certain point, you're going to feel the impact of all of the demands owning a business that you just weren't prepared for. So with that way, you can spend a lot of time working without feeling you're getting anywhere. So one of the key things that we want to do over these next few days when you've been with Ben is we're working on the business. Yeah, you're trying to learn new strategies and what are the new techniques, what are the new ways of thinking that I can do so I can work on it, not just in it. Because the call to work on it is a call to think the way a true entrepreneur thinks. Because to the entrepreneur, the business operates without them, and that's what we want to get to. We want to get to a point where, at some point, some of the business can operate without you. To the technician or the recruiter, as we would call ourselves, the business operates because of them or operates because of you. You impact everything. And that is what I call the recruitment entrepreneur's dilemma. They start an agency, they figure it all out, or they try to. They get some clients, they make some profit, then they realize they are a slave to their own machine. So if they stop, the business stops and the money stops. And basically, you just have what I call golden handcuffs, high paid job. But what we want to do is build a real company, and we can do that with a remote team and automation. So like that's building out systems and AI, a self-managing remote team that grows and makes profit. And most importantly, doesn't need you day to day. Okay. This was me back in 2013, so a long time ago now. I was a top biller at a company called Nigel Frank International Group. This was before I started my recruitment agency, bought my dream Porsche back then. I felt completely trapped, and obviously that's why I went in to start my own business. The big months were great, but obviously they only happened 2 or 3 times a year. And it was filled with a lot of stress and uncertainty. I knew there had to be a better way. So when I started my recruitment business, this was back in 2015. So 11 years ago now, almost. I started with a £10,000 credit card, took a risk, and this was me in the office with my younger brother as well. We've got a 4-person office, a Chromebook, not even a MacBook that I have now. And that was me hustling away, trying to find clients. Okay. And I had this big dream to build this agency. So this was my 17-year-old brother at the time. Now he's 18, I think. Obviously he's nearly 30 now. He came in and he was like my protege. I would train him up how to be a recruiter, you know. And on my journey, I invested heavily. I spent tens of thousands of dollars in coaching. One of my mentors back then was Don Pena, the $50 billion man. You might see him on YouTube online. I paid $30,000 to go to his castle for 7 full days, basically on mindset and how to scale your business. I even had to shave my beard off there. You can see how young I look there. And I paid to learn from people I bought speed. Again, some of them I went, I think it was $40,000-$50,000 mastermind with him. And then we started hitting big revenue months, you know, like £112,000, around about 150, 160,000 US dollars. This was like the team billing as well. So like we were hitting months where we were doing $150,000 perm revenue fees with this team here on the right, where I didn't have to do any placements. And that was a great feeling because it wasn't about working hard, it was working smart. So the hard work was finally paying off. We moved from the top right office to a big office for all the cars back then. And we moved to this big office here at Ronald James headquarters. And then I started teaching people what I did 5 years ago, you know, of building up the systems and scaling up to consistent 1 to 2 million a year in the business. I even bought my dad's dream BMW on the right hand side. Then I moved to Dubai, and that's where life really started to get interesting. So I met one of my best friends, Iman Gadzi. He's like quite big on the online social media space, and one of my good friends, Daniel Priestley. So these guys are both in the UK entrepreneurs, but it was about leveling up your network. You know, Richard Harpen on the right hand side, he's a billionaire. He exited his business for £4 billion, from about 6 to 7 billion US dollars. I got invited. That's his home. I got invited to. So you end up being surrounded by other people, and the more success you get and the more money you make, then everything levels up with it. You know, like obviously I've been through the stage where I had all of the fancy cars, the Rolls Royces, Ferraris, flying my dog on private jets, for example. to take him on holidays, bought the penthouse in Spain and all of these things. Like, I'm not telling you this to brag, but I'm telling you this to show you that I was exactly where you are at some stage. And I got to making over 30 million pounds revenue and over 50 million pound profit I've made, plus around about 20 million US dollars over these years of hard work, investing in myself and leveling up my network. And most importantly, figuring out how I can scale a business without me working hard in it. Okay. And that's why, obviously, we developed the agency blueprint. And what we're going to teach you here today, we've helped over 1,400 recruiters now. We gather people for events, we walk them through systems, scaling, and building a remote team. So that's what we do here in our AI talent partner community. We've got over 250 live members in this community, going through their journey of like building retained business and actually having a self-managing company. So that's what we do here. And I want to teach you this system that, just to let you know, like most of our clients are in the US. So this is just a screenshot of like our community here. You'll see most of them in the US or UK and Europe. So it works in every industry, every niche. So we've got recruitment agency owners from around the world in every niche possible. So energy, consultant, digital, healthcare, food and beverage, sales, logistics, manufacturing, you name it, like every single industry. So anywhere you can basically recruit for a client, you can sell this solution, you know. And I want to, and I know this method works because these are the exact strategies I teach in my own recruitment agency as well. So we're teaching from actual experience, not just theory. And I'll skip through a couple of these case studies because, like I said, we can walk you through exactly how it works later on if you want to see it. But obviously, we've had a lot of real success with that. So I'm just going to skip through these. Okay. So yeah, you're going to give you a gift at the end. So you're going to get the Talent Partner Revolution book. So I'm going to put a link at the end here with Ben, so you can grab a copy of that. And we're also going to give you the LinkedIn hiring playbook that you can leverage with Clay, that you can install so you can get more candidates and clients inbound. So that's something that we're going to do. And then we've also got a brand new AI recruiters playbook. So a lot of people online and LinkedIn have been asking for me with this ChatGPT edition of like, what is the key thing with AI for recruiters? So we'll give you access to that playbook as well. So yeah, we'll reward those action takers. So what we're going to do today is we're going to walk you through how you're going to shift the agency from to retained, how to harness AI and automation, how to close those high ticket retainers, and really how to scale your remote team. Okay. Now, I don't expect you to take my word on AI being the future of recruitment. I think a lot of the topics over the last few days with Ben are around like how important AI is, but obviously we're going to show this to you. So if you're still chasing one-off placements, that's not a business. What we call it's a high-stakes gamble that you're already losing. Okay, like what if the recruitment model you've been sold is destroying your agency's growth and your sanity? So that placement hamster wheel isn't just tiring; it's a direct path to burnout and permanently capped income when you're doing contingent recruitment. Now, your clients are starving for more than just candidates. They crave a strategic internal talent partner. They don't want just another CV factory where you're just sending candidates. Now, if you're relying on contingent fees still in 2025, going into 2026, you're building an agency on quicksand with zero predictable revenue. And the brutal truth is that traditional placement model is fundamentally broken. And AI is really already reshaping recruitment. Like if you're trying to compete manually, that's really like bringing a knife to a laser battle. Like you're going to be outmatched. Okay. So this is not about working harder. It's about escaping a flawed system designed to keep you small, stressed, and always chasing fees. Now, some people might still want to be a solopreneur. That's fine. But what I'm going to try and put a shift on this is, why not have a solopreneur business that is predictable with retained business, and you're offering something different and unique to your clients, so you never have to constantly chase new clients all the time. And if you could install what I call the AI-powered talent engine for clients, getting paid like 3K, 5K, even $10,000 a month retainers, we've got clients winning every single month. Today, I'm going to pull back the curtain and I'm going to show you exactly what the AI talent partner model does. No theory, just a proven blueprint. So you'll see precisely how to build a $500K to $1 million a year agency without the endless placement grind. So even if you think like tech isn't your strong suit, we have Samantha in our group. She's been 30 years in the game in recruitment, running her recruitment business. She was still trapped in contingent fee roller coaster until she came in and started selling AI talent partner retainers. And now she does no more contingent work. She did 3 pitches to normal clients. And then now she won them. She won a second AI talent partner client, 10K months, selling these job slots and installs. Same with Mark Murphy. He won an AI talent partner with a $5,000 setup and $3,500 a month with their current client, basically upselling them. So now he's got it works on 55K a year, I think it is, 3.5K a month plus a 5K install, around about 45, 50K a year with one client. They're not just finding candidates. So what you're doing with this AI talent partner system is you're installing what you would do to find candidates yourself for your clients, but leveraging AI and automation. Your clients want that installed in their business, and you're going to be the person that's going to set it up, install it for them, and manage it for them monthly. So this is what we call the AI talent partner model. So it's predictable 3K to 10K monthly retainers, replacing these one-off placement fees. Because yes, now and again, you might get a 15, 20, 25K fee, but what about all the other months that you miss out? You miss out on the candidates, or clients might say to you that they're pulling the job role or whatever it is. Like, contingency recruitment is brutal. And you don't need years of recruitment experience. Jordan, for an example, like, she's been selling AI talent partner retainers now for quite a while. She's close to closing like multiple 6-figure retainers. She got 8 Zoom meetings booked in 1 week, mapping out these implementations with companies, and a lot of them want a higher package. Brett Hozak here in the UK in London, he knew contingent was too risky in 2025. He's switched fully. You can check him out on LinkedIn, fully to the AI talent partner model, in with us. And he's moved fully retained now with that. Same with Jared Black. He's actually over in US in Miami. Again, he moved fully over. He's on to his, I think, a 6th or 7th client winning AI talent partners. So what we want to do here is, your agency is absolutely capable of this transformation too. And basically we're packaging it together. Okay, so I'm going to show you a little diagram in a second, because I'd like to probably show you a visual of like how the model works. But this is the only system engineered to make your agency invaluable, highly differentiated, and genuinely future-proof. Because we didn't just stumble upon this model. We built it meticulously for agency owners like you to escape from this placement trap for good. So it's not about becoming like a tech guru. It's about you implementing a proven AI-powered system that we hand to you, adopting this transformation in your agency into like turning it into what we call a strategic asset that clients can't afford to lose, not a disposable vendor. So that's how you command premium ongoing retainers. The choice for 2026 is, you're either going to keep fighting this losing battle of the old broken model, or become the AI talent partner your ideal clients are already searching for, which is fully retained. Because if you're ready to stop being a commodity, finally build this future-proof agency that's actually delivering value to your clients, that can scale predictably, then obviously that's what we're going to be covering off. Okay, we're going to be building this step-by-step action plan. And what worked 5 years ago, even 2 years ago, to get clients and candidates, is now a recipe for stagnation and eventual irrelevance. This is an opinion. It's a full observable fact now. You would have seen this on other sessions that you've had talking about this. Like, the recruitment industry has seen this, what we call systemic shifts before. And each time, fortunes were made by those who adapted while the dinosaurs went extinct. So we are now living through the third and most profound shift, the AI recruitment revolution. And it's really happening at lightning speed, yeah? So if you remember shift 1 now, some of you might remember this. Just let me know how long you've been in recruitment. So how many years you've been in the recruitment industry. Just put your year in here. Always interested to see. I think the last time I did this the record was 34 years. Don't be shy. Just let me know in the chat. So we've got 5 years, 13 years, 15 years, Jennifer. 34 years for Bonnie. Tony, it's been 84 years, Titanic. Funny. Aaron 17, Whitney 8, Monique 5, 28, Christina 20. Okay, so there's quite a few of you like 20 plus. Now, the pre-internet era was up to the 1990s. So this was Steve Finkel, the OG in recruitment, Search and Placement. So one of my favorite books for people getting into recruitment. That was my Bible when I was at Nigel Frank. And he used to talk about the Rolodex, if you remember. So cold calling, newspaper ads, and a Rolodex. That's all you had in the 1990s to be a recruiter. Crazy. Like this was what we call the dark ages of recruitment. So entirely relationship based, incredibly slow, inefficient, and brutally difficult to scale. That was like phase one. Agencies that really mastered brute force, direct outreach, and sheer sales grit, they dominated, but it was a hard manual slog. Then you had shift two, which was the rise of job boards and LinkedIn. So if you remember in like 2000, 2010, this was the digital revolution. It really changed the game. So when I came into recruitment over 16 years ago, we just had a CRM system, access to job boards. There was no LinkedIn, and the phone. So you had the phone, CRM system, and job boards. So we used to have to get in at 7 a.m. fighting on the job boards to get your candidates that you could then market out. Then when job boards started to become relevant, then LinkedIn came. Then everyone could just set up their own agency because you worked in an agency because they had the database, they owned the data. Then data was free on LinkedIn because once candidates started moving across LinkedIn, it took a little bit of time. Then you could set up your own agency around about 2010, 2015. That's when I started. That's when it got a bit easier, you know? And there suddenly sourcing became way easier. You had Monster, Indeed, all the job boards. Then the back end, I think 2016, 2017, you had LinkedIn Recruiter. And then agencies could just message every candidate in mails, yeah. And agencies could automate part of the outreach with LinkedIn automation. That's where we really adapted. And that was like, they were fun years, you know. Those who built personal brands, mastered LinkedIn, systemized digital outreach, they pulled ahead. And that's what really helped me propel with Ronald James because it felt like progress. But this digital dawn came with a dark cloud, massive competition because everyone had access to the same tools and the same candidates. And then by 2020, 2021, job boards were utterly saturated. LinkedIn became a noisy, overcrowded marketplace, just like it is today. And really, agencies found themselves in a race to the bottom. They were slashing prices, slashing their fees, fighting for scraps. That, what we call easy button, was gone. And this brings us to today, what we call shift three, which is the AI recruitment revolution. And this isn't just another incremental change. This is a fundamental rewiring of how talent is found, engaged, and hired. Now, AI is not a feature, it's the new operating system. So we use tools like AI-powered tools like Clay, ChatGPT, N8N. They can now perform 80% of manual recruiter tasks. Now, when you think about that, this is like the outreach, finding candidates, sourcing candidates. And it's not going to replace you over the phone. So for those that are like, that's never going to replace recruiters, there's still always going to be a need for you persuading a candidate to go to a job, not to accept a counter offer, to accept an offer, to influence them. That's always going to be the 20%. But the other 80%, if you haven't got this tool stack and also operating in the right way with the right playbooks, you're behind. Now, all companies are adapting AI now. So there's tons of articles which you can check out. Unilever's cut hiring time by 90% using AI. Vodafone, 50% reduction in time to hire with AI chatbots. You've got the Hilton Hotel. They manage hiring efficiency by 20%, but also cut their turnover, so their churn with their employees, by 25%, predicting candidate success. These are not just small numbers. The market isn't waiting. AI-driven automation is projected to add $13 trillion to the global economy by 2030, according to McKinsey. Now, the AI-powered hiring market is exploding, expected to reach $8.2 billion by 2028, growing at over 22% a year. And when you read the Gartner report here, by 2027, so this is like less than 2 years' time, 75% of companies will use AI-driven automation in recruitment. Okay, so that means all of your clients that you're working with right now, 75% of them within the next 2 years will use some sort of AI-driven automation to try and attract talent and get recruitment. So this means they'll either replace or significantly reduce their reliance on traditional agencies. So let's just let that sink in for a second. Like, so what does the AI revolution actually mean for you and your agency? Well, it means the old rulebook is officially obsolete. Like trying to compete using traditional methods reaching out with the most placeable candidate, that you're negotiating on fees from 25% to 20% to 16% or whatever, you manually sourcing candidates no one else can find, sending generic emails, endless cold calls. Like this is now like showing up to a drone race with a kite. You're outgunned, outpaced, and destined to lose. The traditional placement-based model is fundamentally and irrevocably broken because clients are no longer impressed by a stack of CVs or you finding candidates no one else can find. They're not looking for another CV factory. They're actually aware of AI's power. They see it transform every other part of their business. And now they're demanding that same level of sophistication, efficiency, and intelligence from their talent acquisition side. Now, your clients want more than just candidates. Okay. They don't want just a relationship where you send them candidates. They want, if you speak to most of your clients, they want ongoing strategic talent partnerships. And you can provide that. You've got the knowledge, the intellect, the experience in the market to do this. But what you're missing is they want a system, they want an engine, they want a predictable way to attract and retain talent that gives them a competitive edge. So if you can give them something where they can market map every role that they've got, what the competition's hiring, what shortlists are on each candidate outreach, what's being sent on the messages, how candidates are engaging. If you can give them a system that can show them this, that's going to give them a competitive edge. And if you can install that for them, they're willing to pay the money for it because they want control over their hiring. They don't want to just outsource it to an agency and not know what's happening, who's been shortlisted, who's been spoken to, what's actually out there on the market. They want control of their hiring. They want lower recruitment costs and genuinely improved candidate quality through data-driven insights because all hiring managers want data. They want to know the numbers. So we provide the exact SOPs, roadmaps, and blueprint to deliver this and more. I'm going to share on this later. So this is precisely what AI talent partners deliver. They provide an automated sourcing platform that is built with the right tools, where they can source candidates not just from LinkedIn. So that we use a tool called Clay at the minute. It doesn't have to be Clay. Clay is not what you're selling. You're packaging together your intellect, your knowledge in the market as a consultant, as well as like the system. And then obviously AI-driven personalized outreach that actually gets responses, where you get good candidates coming inbound, but it's AI powered. So imagine one recruiter armed with the right AI systems doing the work of 5. That's not an exaggeration. It's a new reality. So this is the same way you're going to sell against internal talent teams that have got big internal talent teams. They don't need massive internal talent teams anymore. So you can start selling this against internal talent teams. This leads to a critical understanding. The biggest opportunity in recruitment right now is not just placing candidates. Yes, you can still do performance-based fees and actually do some placements with the clients, but the chunk of your retainer doesn't have to be placing candidates. It's providing the system that will attract candidates inbound for them, and you leave it like that. And I'm going to show you more on this later, like how you can install a remote assistant. We've got over 250 companies doing this, like agencies, selling this exact solution in with their clients. Now it's selling, designing, and implementing AI-powered recruitment solutions for your clients. That's what an AI talent partner does. And what we do is we provide the technical diagrams, the project scope and map, so you look like a genius from day one with a client. So if you think of it like the traditional recruitment agencies are like taxis, like the yellow cabs, black cabs that we have in the UK. You hail one, you get a single ride, pay a premium, and the experience is often unpredictable. AI talent partners is more like an Uber. Yeah, you've got like a nice flashy app. You know when the person's going to arrive, how much it's going to be actually be, what their rating is as a driver. It's a modern, scalable, cost-effective system that gives clients control, efficiency, and a far better hiring outcomes. So you're not just filling a seat anymore with this, is you're installing an AI-powered talent engine directly into their business. So yes, they might not need you again, but they're going to need you to keep the system operating. So they're paying you consultancy monthly fees as opposed to placement fees. But the majority of these clients that do that, and what we've tended to find with the 250 that are doing this right now is they still have a need for you as an agency. But the great thing is you've built a moat around this client now where they're dependent on you, and your system that you're managing for them is getting the talent, but they still need you to speak to the candidates, send the CVs, and get candidates over the line. So they pay a premium for that. Yes, they might not pay 25% fees anymore with you. You might do a fixed fee, which is something that we walk you through. So an engine that runs 24/7. So this is like the outreach system. It's finding and engaging candidates, building a pipeline of qualified talent on autopilot. Now, the kicker that you're going to have that's differentiating you over the rest is you're going to have a remote assistant, normally in South Africa, if you get them from us or however you hire them. That's going to be trained to do the video call outreach, first screen interviews. So it means that you've got AI with a human element, but the human element isn't high cost. It's low cost. You pay them around $1,500 a month. Now, this is what clients are actively seeking. They are allocating budgets right now for AI-driven talent acquisition. Now, they see the writing on the wall. In-house AI recruitment teams are becoming the norm, and traditional agency spend is shrinking. Now, LinkedIn and job board saturation means your old outreach methods are increasingly ineffective. You're shouting into a hurricane, like when you're reaching out. Now, in AI-sourced talent pools, this is where you build talent pools for each job, for each client. They're rapidly replacing manual candidate searches. So, I mean, if you're still doing manual searches, for example, you're already left behind. Like our Clay playbooks that we've built are definitely the alternatives. Agencies stuck competing on placement fees are losing and losing badly because a lot of people are moving to picking AI-powered RPO models now or in-house systems. So you selling and being this RPO model is going to be your future. And this is not a threat, it's an invitation to evolve into an AI talent partner. Because when you offer clients an AI-powered hiring system instead of one-off placements, remember you can still do the one-off placements, but you want to tie them into a retainer and actually give them value for a retainer, which is why you sell the system. The entire dynamic changes. You stop chasing contingency fees, which are the definition of unpredictable revenue. Like that's gone are the days of feast or famine. That's no way to build a business, especially not going into 2026. Instead, you transition to a subscription or retainer-based model. So you think 3K, 5K, even 10K a month. We've got clients selling 10K a month retainers per client. Now, this creates unpredictable recurring revenue that you can build upon month after month. Stability, scalability, and sanity. Now, this model fosters far stronger client relationships because you're not a transactional vendor. You're an embedded strategic partner. So you want to be, you're helping them basically build a long-term asset. So if you think like clients are always coming out to recruitment agencies, they've either got internal talent teams that are overpaid, overhyped. Like not many internal talent teams are good. Everyone knows an internal recruiter. Some of you might have been an internal recruiter. You know, it's like a 9 till 3 job, Monday to Thursday, get paid a lot of money. You don't really care how many placements you make. And they're not really building an asset there. They might have an ATS, but they're not really doing outreach, not adapting AI much. You want to have a sustainable recruitment process and you're building them a long-term asset that is going to improve over time with AI as well. Yeah. So how the client wins is they've got more control because they can see who's been outreach and what candidates you're attracting and how it's built. You lower their costs because even if they get 20% of their placements now through this AI hiring system as opposed to agency fees, they've saved a lot of money. Better candidate quality for sure, because obviously it's, you're working directly with the client of what they like, don't like, and AI to candidate match and lead score. And then a hiring process that can scale with their ambitions because you can just plug more outreach. And then for you, you gain a business that is not dependent on your constant hustle for the next placement. Because if you think about this, you're not actually making placements. And the hard part is speaking to candidates on weekends, getting them handing the notice, talking about counter offers, getting them to the interview, all these things. You're just providing the outreach, the system, and the first point of contact where the candidate raises hands of interested. And then you hand it off to either their internal talent team or their hiring managers. And the kicker is here you sell, because what will happen is 60, 70% of the time, the clients will fall down at that because you might provide them candidates, but they don't act on them quick enough. Well, that's why you need the full end-to-end recruitment service from us. And then they start to see the value again in you as a recruitment agency because it's actually hard work, isn't it? Like getting the candidates in the interview, getting them to like the job and then sell the job to them and get them to accept. That's where you sell on top. So then you've already got the retainer for this and then you're doing placement fees on top. So for those of you that want to book in a call with that, you're more than welcome. I think we'll put a link at the end, or you can screen grab that QR code if you want us to do like an audit on your agency and how we can implement that in yours. Now, obviously, you might be thinking with this, sounds great, James, but my agency can actually do that. I'm not a tech wizard. Well, look, your agency is absolutely capable of implementing and selling an AI-powered partnership-based solution. Like, it's not about you becoming a coder or an AI researcher. We do all that. I've got my full team of AI engineers. It's about leveraging proven systems and tools like Clay and AI, and we show you exactly how you implement. We build a lot of these things out for you. So if you remember, Sam, I briefly showed you at the start, 30 years in recruitment. She went from zero tech background, 30 years in the business, to landing like 10K monthly retainers with clients with this exact model. Same with Jordan. These aren't tech geniuses. These are smart agency owners who recognize the shift. You just have to be good at selling. You have to be able to sell with the client. Now, recruiters aren't being replaced. Yes, I know, like, even I market that recruiters are going to get replaced. Some of it's clickbait for sure. But they're evolving into architects of a self-running talent systems that they're selling. Your value shifts from manual execution to strategic design and oversight because AI handles the heavy lifting and then you focus on growth. Now, adopting this AI talent partner model will make your agency more valuable, highly differentiated, and genuinely future-proof. So you stop being a commodity, easily replaced by the next agency promising a lower fee. You become an indispensable strategic asset, deeply integrated into your client success. Now, that's how you command what we call premium ongoing retainers. So this is how you escape the placement hamster wheel for good. This is how you build a 500K, a million, or even a 2 million a year agency with fewer clients and a lean team. So the choice for 2026 and beyond is you either continue fighting this losing battle of an outdated, broken model, or you embrace what we call the AI recruitment revolution. That's becoming an AI talent partner, building the agency your ideal clients are already desperately searching for. Because the agencies that move first on this will dominate the recruitment landscape for the next decade. The opportunity is massive, but the window is closing when you can make a lot of money with this. Now you hear today, obviously, you've signed up for this workshop because you probably sense this shift. You feel the limitations of the old way. The paradigm has shifted, like manual placement-based recruitment is dying. Like most people had a bad year last year. You don't want to have another bad year the year next year. Now, AI-driven partnership-based talent solutions are the future because that's going to be your foot in the door to get new clients. Even if you start still doing some traditional, whether it's exclusive or retained, this is your way to attract clients inbound that is differentiates you. So you have this as a service offering at least. And that future is not something to fear. It's actually something to seize upon because it's the path to definitely more income, more impact, and more freedom. Because once you see recruitment through this new lens, you can't unsee it. The old way just doesn't make sense anymore. Now, this new understanding, this new what I call paradigm, is the foundation upon which a truly modern, profitable, and resilient recruitment agency is built. Now, the question is not if AI will transform recruitment. The question is, will you be leading the transformation or be left behind? Because believing that traditional placement model is broken is no longer controversial. We know this now. It's a market reality. Understanding the clients crave strategic partnerships, not just placements, really unlocks your higher value engagements, your bigger lifetime value with the client. So accepting that AI delivers superior talent outcomes is a key to competitive advantage. Now, transitioning to retainers isn't just a preference, it's a strategic imperative for predictable growth and deeper client bonds. Because knowing your agency can deliver this AI talent partner solution is the first step to unlocking its potential. And finally, internalizing that this model makes your agency invaluable and future-proof. It's what gives you the confidence to act decisively. This is like your new paradigm. This is the AI talent partner model, and this is your opportunity. Now, I'm going to share with you a little bit on the profit potential here of like how much money you can make and how it would look. So if you look at the numbers for your agency, this isn't just better for your clients, it's transformative for your agency's revenue and stability. So even if you wanted to start adding this on top of your current model to make an extra $100,000 a year, for example, starting small, winning big, in scenario one, you'll have fewer clients, lower overhead. So if you started selling this, all you need is really 3 to 6 clients. Most people can get 100K a year recurring with 3. You're selling these AI-driven candidate sourcing, screening, outreach automation, like talent pipeline management that we walk you through. So you might charge like 5,000 per client to actually set up the AI hiring system. This is quite common for like PwC and McKinsey, etc. charge. And then you charge a monthly retainer, 2K pounds a month, 3K dollars a month. And we've got plenty of clients doing this, charging that for candidate flow. So you could normally sell 2 job slots with that every month that you would do a new search on. Boom, you're paid $3,000 or 2K pounds a month for current revenue. Times that by 3, that's 100K a year. So three clients could easily generate 100K plus in revenue per year, while spending very little time on manual outreach or management. You're just selling the system, setting it up. You'll be responsible for overseeing the system. So you just check in on it. You could have a VA, a remote assistant that we can supply for you that could check that $1,500 a month, around about what you pay them, or you just do it yourself. But your active time investment here will be limited because you're not searching on LinkedIn all the time and going through all the candidate side. Then as you scale up, let's say if you want to get $500,000 a year, scaling up with more clients, you could do that with 10. So you can get 10 clients. All you need is 10 clients. You've probably got 10 clients now you could sell us to. You're selling the AI talent partner solution. With 10 clients, you're probably going to hire one operations VA, virtual assistant. Again, we can supply them for about $1,500 a month, and they're fully trained on Clay, AI, all automations, and all the playbooks. You sell them the fee, so you might charge 5 to 10K for the initial install and 2 or 3K a month per client for the ongoing AI management support. We walk you through the upsells, how you package it together, all of the selling side. And that model right there would get you to run about 500K a year here. So you'd get, let's say you did 5K setup fees, which is 50K for 10. You did 2K a month, that's 20K a month. And then performance-based fees, you might do a placement a month with each of the clients. Easy get you 500-600K a year. So with that model, you can easily get your revenue can comfortably reach 500K with just 2 clients. Okay. I'm going to show you our AI tool as well in a second. So I'll just cancel that off 1 second. So that's with 500K. Yeah, all you need is 1 or 2 VAs, maybe a marketing sourcer, and then that's it. You could get to $500,000 in without making placements, just selling this to 10 clients and managing them. That's like the AI talent partner model in practice. You could have 50K a year setup fees for 10 clients, 5K each, but you can push to 10K. We've got clients that do that. You could get 20K a month, so $2,000 a month, it's a really small retainer. Like some people are charging 4K, 5K. And then your performance-based fees on top might be 30K a month from just traditional recruitment fees with that client that are already retained. That's you could easily get to $100,000 a month with that. And then as you scale up to $1 million a year with this model, that's where you maximize profit with a managed team. And that's really scaling. How you scale further is you sell more of the solution and scale with VAs basically and performance-based fees. So you could get to millionaire with 15 to 20 clients. In your team, you might have 4 or 5 remote VAs, a mixture of between the marketing recruitment sources and the ops VAs to assist with the implementation of the AI systems and maybe do first screen interview calls. That's where you start charging again 5 to 10K for install, 2 to 3K a month per client to keep it up and running and keep the job slots going. And then you might even do something really cheap, £5,000, $7,000 per successful placement when you start acting as a full service AI recruitment partner. So that's where you use the system to get the candidate, but you deal with the candidate and get the candidate over the line. So that model there, right there, gets you to $1 million a year, really simply with 15 clients. Now, 15 clients, 4 to 5 years, they do most of the operational work. You're just managing clients. So you're doing client success management and winning the client initially. And then it's all performance-based work on top. So if you want to do any recruitment fees, you can start doing fixed fees. But with 20 clients, that easily adds up to $100,000 a month in performance fees alone. You could easily get to $1 million a year with that. Now, this isn't a pipe dream. This is the mathematical reality of the AI talent partner model. Fewer clients, higher value, more predictable income. Because the AI talent partner model is designed for scalability. Because you're selling a system, not just your time. You can grow without proportionally increasing your workload or team size, especially with operations integrators, which we'll cover. Now, do you see In terms of like how you do this, this is how you escape the cash flow roller coaster and build a predictable, scalable, and highly profitable recruitment business. Like clients actually want this. They are tired of the old model. They are actively looking for strategic partners who can really deliver this real measurable AI-driven results. Your agency is perfectly capable of structuring and selling this offer. We give you everything. So we actually got AI agents that pre-built all of this out for you. I'll see if I can show you a demo of that. Let's see if I can log in our AI agent now, just to give you an idea. Maybe I have to delete my cookies on that. I'd have to log back in. Okay, let's have a look. See if I can log in on Safari and show you, because we might have a cookie issue. Let's have a look. I'm just going to show you our AI agents that can actually build all of this for you. So if I can see if I can do a Safari login. See if I can log in. I'll come back on that in a second and I'll log us in. Fuck. Yeah, I'll see if I can get the logins and show you this. So basically what you're building is you're no longer a commodity, you're a high value consultant, an AI talent partner, like solving critical business problems for your clients and getting paid premium recurring fees to do it. This isn't just about making more money, it's about building a better, more sustainable and more enjoyable business, more impact, less grind. So I'm going to walk you through the mechanisms, but I'm actually going to see if I can show you this on the AI agent. So I would like to see if I can show you how we would build this out live. Agency. Might have to do that next time because I think I don't have the login for this. Okay, so we'll skip that. So I'm just going to show you the model and how it works. So if I show you this one, you can see my screen. Okay. So basically, we break it down into 4 phases. So I think everyone can see my screen. Okay. So the first thing that you want to be doing when you're becoming what we call an AI talent partner agency, the first thing that we want to be doing is creating we call it the magnetic client system. We want to have a way of how you attract clients inbound. Okay. So at the minute, you might not know how you're getting clients inbound. You might be just having current clients and maybe doing outreach. What we want to build is we actually build this out for you, but a client attraction funnel. You want to have a way that you're going to get prospects coming into you. Now, this isn't just about setting up email and LinkedIn automation. It's about actually setting up a way that you have got an offer with a client that is unique and different than you just being a recruitment agency. Okay. So we set that up for you. Then you want to position yourself as an AI recruitment authority. We call it the key person of influence framework from my friend Daniel Priest about how you be a key person of influence online on LinkedIn, talking about AI in recruitment. And then what you want to do from there is set up we call it master the retainer conversion formula. So actually how you pitch and sell the retainer to the client. So we talk about deploying 3 battle-tested pitch decks because each client's going to be unique and different. So for example, you want to have 3 mechanisms. Okay. So when you come into our program, we teach you and we provide for you all of these 3 different mechanisms. So the first mechanism you're going to have is going to be the AI talent partner one, which is going to be you actually selling these AI installs for the clients. So that's where you're going to be like selling the install, You're going to be providing interview-ready candidates for them. You're going to be charging around about 2 to 5K a month for recurring revenue. So this gives you predictable revenue stream, scalable without adding retainers, and then higher profit margins. Okay, so that's going to be the first one. And that's going to be the one that eventually you might not be able to pitch this every time because some clients might not be ready for it initially. But once you start getting clients that are ready for that, that's when you start to upsell them into the AI talent partner program. Okay. The second one, I'm just going to also log in this AI agent to show you. I want to show you like live how it would work as well. The next one's going to be the traditional retained search deck for classic recruitment deals. So this is going to be when you're pitching normal retained. Normally, the downside of that is you grab 30% upfront, 30% on delivery, and 30% back end. When you've got when you're leveraging AI and automation in this clear build, you can provide the client initially within 24 hours the full shortlist, a talent pooling market map, and a candidate rating system of each role. So when you package together what we call the traditional retained search, you're still going to leverage AI, but you're going to be able to sell them what we call like a talent mapping system within the first 24 hours of them paying. So normally you would charge 3 to 5K up front for the retainer. And then on the back end, obviously, we're going to be charging the rest. So that's going to be like the next one that you're going to do is that. Let's see. I'm just going to try and see if I can log into this app 1 second. Let's try it again. No. Sorry about this. I should have prepared for this live, but I wanted to see if I can just show you it. Oh, wait, we're in now. Wait, let's see. Okay, so basically what we've done is we've actually built out full AI agents to do all of this for you. Okay, so we spent, I don't even know exactly, but around about $300,000-$400,000 to build all of this out. Okay, so basically when you come in here with our AI agents, it's basically a business in a box to sell AI talent partner solution. Okay, so this is like building out your sales deck writer, for example. We can do that, generates a pitch deck just like that. Same with the website, your personal brand generator on LinkedIn content, testimonials, everything from the offer generator, the pricing calculator, your Dream 100 build. These are all AI agents that are going to be able to build all of this out for you. Okay, so when you come into our program, we walk you through the onboarding, but this is like everything that you need to win retained business selling the AI talent partner model. So I just wanted to show you this up and running working. So I just needed to get the logins sorted for that. But this is what you get access to if you come into our talent partner model. So we've done a lot of heavy lifting for you. Well, a lot of this is done for you, so you're not worrying about like everything. A lot of it is done for you. So I just wanted to show you that briefly. So I'll bring you back to this. So I would say like what we tend to find is 50% of your clients, you're going to win your first retainer selling this traditional one, but with the right pitch deck, with the right frameworks, with the right installs, and giving them something tangible within 24 hours. Then you've got the fractional recruiter service deck. Now, this is working really well for around 25% of the time when you're pitching the clients. This is where you're selling a offshore remote recruiter, which is going to be someone that we can provide for you with our business remote assistance.ai. For those that are interested in that, that's our website here. We provide done for you full marketing recruitment sources. You get fully trained and fully leveraged for you. But with that is this is where you can sell your one of your team as a solution internally as a fractional internal recruitment service. So you can say, we've already got these AI outreach systems. That internal recruiter can use them that you're going to provide for them. You pitch them in for around about 5 to 10K a month. We've got a client right now. I skipped through the case study at the start, but we've got clients that are doing this all the way up to £1 million a year annual recurring revenue, where they've got 27 recruiters installed into clients for 5K a pop. You're doing no placements there. You're just placing the actual recruiter and just managing them. With all you do is get an offshore manager that's going to manage like the group of recruiters. You're just pitching your service as a fractional recruiter. So you're saying, look, you don't want to pay high agency fees. You don't want to have full-time internal recruiters on 100K salaries. Why not take one of ours for 5K a month? And they're going to use all of the AI tools and the outreach and actually get you candidates inbound and actually start making placements for you. So which means you've got three different offerings, mechanisms for every client that you can pitch to. So if they want traditional service but retained, you put a new twist on that, which is we walk you through how to do that. If they want an internal recruiter, they don't want to pay agency fees, they don't want to do any AI installs yet, you're selling this. Or if they're actually interested in the AI installs and having everything built out for them and you want managing it, then you sell them that. So that's how that would work with selling the pitch decks. And then obviously you've got the candidate attraction engine. So next, you need candidates qualified reaching out to you. So obviously this is where you implement Clay and AI. So you can start to get candidates coming inbound, setting up the remote sourcing system. So where you've got VAs for £1,000, $1,500 a month, doing the video outreach and sourcing candidates. And that's where you create multi-channel campaigns and then build the talent pools with Clay and AI. So that's like what we do is we'll go through with you the candidate sourcing sprint, the systems, automations, AI, inbound candidates, building out the virtual team ops, integrator, mountain sourcer. That's like basically the candidate recruitment engine. So once you've got that built, boom, you've got it. Got clients inbound, got candidates. Then it's about delivery. So we've actually used our pre-built Airtables and Recruiter Flow we use for the dashboards to create these instant whoa moments for the clients. Okay, so value add touch points, salary benchmarking reports, competitor talent movements, industry trend beatings, all can be done with Clay and AI and then Gamma AI. So we do all of that together. And then identifying upsell solutions. So like you said, you can sell your VAs into the client or fractional services, RPOs. And then this is when you create a business that runs without you. So it's building your remote team empire. So then you've got systems running on autopilot while you sleep. You scale to 50, 80K a month with a lean remote team. Start working on your business, not in it. So then you can start to focus on strategy while your team handles execution. That is basically our 4 phases that we build out as the AI talent partner model. And these are the 3 mechanisms really that you need in order to do that. So I think we're bang on the hour. So keen to open out a Q&A and see what questions that we've got, if any. So let me know in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, and we can go through that.
There's a question in the chat.
Yeah.
How do you know if a client will not just take the AI platform and move on with themselves without your service?
Yeah, great question. It's the same as like everything, like paid ad spend, like people pay agencies to run Facebook ads, Google ads or whatever. Like, why do people still pay for them to do it when they can just do it themselves once it's set up? One, because they're not experts at this. Like, no business is going to employ someone full time just to manage that, like they've got other tasks to do. And also, like, you are going to be the expert because obviously in our program, we're going to teach you everything on AI, and AI is evolving all of the time. So they would need someone internally that can adapt like that. So they would need to pay a salary of what, 50, 60, 80K a year just to manage that. Whereas they're just paying you 3K a month. It's actually not worth them taking it in house because they would need to pay probably double that for someone to manage it.
And I just want to chime in that some of these like software that you're teaching is also so complex. If they try taking it over, good luck.
Yeah, yeah, you want them to exactly that, which is why even as a recruitment agency owner, we try and place operations integrators with most of our clients because of that. Ben, is like even us as recruitment agency owners, we don't want to be dealing with the tech stuff, like pay someone offshore. Like we get most of them in Pakistan, get them fully trained. You pay them $1,500 a month, and all they do is play the AI setups and they do all of the tech stuff. So that's going to be the key. And then eventually you could sell it to the client. So after a few months, I might say, oh, I want to bring it in house. Okay, we'll do an offboarding, charge you another 10K to hand over the assets. You've already made what, 5, 10K on install, 3, 4K a month. You've already made 30, 40, 50K from the client, and even then they're still going to need you for other services. So I think it's a good question, but yeah, most of the clients would be happy to pay for a service. It's your consultancy. It's the same as when they pay McKinsey and PwC and all of these other things to implement AI. No client's just going to want it built, and because it doesn't just work like that. Like, as we know as recruiters, you're going to have to do Boolean searches, you're going to have to do researches. Like, it needs set up every month for the new job slots, so they would need someone to do that. And then the messaging sequences, all of the follow-ups, like they're going to need someone full-time to manage it.
All right, cool. I think that was the only question that we have.
Yeah, for those that wanted the link to the book, so I'm just going to pop in the chat, Ben, if that's okay, where you get access to the bonus access. So I mentioned the LinkedIn playbook, the ChatGPT AI hiring playbook, and then also the copy of my talent partner book you get for free. If you join that group now, Kyra is going to accept you in my assistant, and then she'll give you access to the bonus material. You can just download. You don't have to stay in the group, but you get access in the group. You can download everything, and then just easier way for us to give you access.
Somebody just dropped a question there saying, I got great credibility within my industry, but I'm awful with all things tech. Like, I know nothing about AI. Do you actually provide and build the systems we're selling into our clients? If we're doing 4 to 5 placements a year at, we'll say 15, 20K a pop, I guess the appeal for them is that they're saving money by doing this model, right?
Yeah, good question. So, well, firstly, with Nikki, with this is if they're doing 4 to 5 placements a year with you at 15, 20K a pop, like they're not just doing 4 to 5 placements a year as a company, they're probably making 50, 100 placements a year in all departments. You're selling this for all departments. You can do it it's not just to replace your high level roles. Sometimes a 20K fee it might work with your AI hiring system, but not all of the time, because as we know, we need to headhunt and we need to. So it might be a mixture. You might say, well, look, out of the 5 placements, you might get 2 through this system over the year, and then also 5 from other departments or whatever. And then you might pay us instead of 20K, you might pay us 10 or 12K to manage the full end to end on the ones that don't come through that. But that way, you've guaranteed. For example, let's say you do 5 placements a year, 20K, easy number to $100,000 a year account. That's not guaranteed because you haven't got it retained, okay? And it's recurring revenue. So would you not rather like 80K a year guaranteed where it's not all about making the placements and less work for you, rather than 100K a year, hopefully, but like 4 or 5 placements a year, you probably worked on 15 jobs because I'm got a 100% fill ratio. No one does. So that you've saved a lot of time with that. So sometimes you need to look at it like if you can add value long term with the client and actually saving them money and you've got 80K a year recurring revenue in with them, that's guaranteed every single year, then is better than like 100K on contingent. That could be lost at any time. You could lose that client, like another agent can come in. You've got so much vulnerability with that. And then also we provide, yeah, so we build a lot of the systems for you. We have to show you how you do some of the stuff. So it does require some work for sure, Nikki, because like you can't sell something you haven't got a clue about. So you need to understand how the solution works. But the idea is if you want it fully done for you, then obviously it costs a little bit more. And then you would hire a operations integrator through us that get trained on all the assets. So then you can just be focused on selling it and they can do the installs. So you'll be yeah, we could offer that service. Cool.
Cool. I think that was the last question, James.
Cool. All right, Ben. Well, thank you as always for having me. I really appreciate it, and hope everyone enjoyed that session. Feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn if you need any more advice. If you join I think the school group or whatever I put in there, you get access to the book and everything else. I'll just pop my LinkedIn in there for those that haven't connected with me. Feel free to connect. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the summit. And again, thanks to Ben for putting on the session. I really appreciate it.
Well, once again, James, thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, that you probably are one of the most forward-thinking people when it comes to what's happening out there in the recruiting industry and bringing actual ways to solve it. And I do know people that have gone through your program. I know people that have had success. It's one of the reasons why I'm glad that you're here joining us today.
Thank you. We appreciate it as always, Ben. And I hope you keep enjoying France. And let's test your French next time. I want to see what.
Sounds good. See you guys later.
All right. Bye bye. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.